Okay, so we're in the key of G major. C was no sharps or flats. But what's cool is you can literally just copy and paste that folder over and then replace all of those tones with the tones from G major. So now the folder says G, but then you open it up, and instead of being C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, it's going to say G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. It's just one extra sharp. So that's how we get to it on the circle of fifths, is that we count up from whatever key we were on, C major in this instance, C, D, E, F, G. That's 5. Circle of fifths. So we counted up 5. That's the next key in the sharped rotation. G major is very similar to C major because they share 6 out of the 7 tones. But that F sharp makes a huge difference because it's going to force a couple of chords to, they might force a couple of chords to be major or minor, and make one chord that's half diminished minor, and then make one chord completely disappear, the F, because we're going to F sharp instead. So what we have is we have G major, and we're going to play it down here on the G, 3rd fret, and we're going to play the same pattern we did, because we're trying to simplify the neck. And if you can do the same thing and just duplicate it, it doesn't matter where you play. So if we're playing on C, we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and you play this whole Ionian pattern. Always going to give you a major scale. We go down to G, we do the same pattern. It's going to sound different because we have to add an F sharp. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. See how that now, because we're so used to C major, that note, it really is harsh. But you'll eventually start coming around to it because we're going to be playing it so much. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And then we do the whole pattern like we did in C. We're just starting on the 3rd fret now. What are the chords of G major? Just like C major, it started with major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, half diminished. All we do is we erase the C and we put in the G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. So now we've got G major, play it like this, or like a bar chord, A minor. Now instead of a B half diminished, like we had here because we had an F, we need the F sharp, well it just gives us a B minor chord. Then a C. Now instead of D minor, because the D minor had an F, we have to sharpen that. We don't play the D like this. Most of us play it like that. This is still the same chord, just a different fingering. We play it like this. We got a D major now because it has an F sharp. Then E minor. And then we're going to have an F sharp half diminished. So we go to F sharp. And then we have that. And then flat 5 right there. And then back to G. I can go into more depth with these chords. So you can play these chords G, A minor, D minor, C minor, or C major, E major, E minor, F sharp half diminished. It's kind of hard to play. And then back to G. And then there, of course, is the 5-string versions. But here, we're going to have to start our G way up there, which will be like this. And I can play it there. Anytime I get to the 12th fret, try to play, then I'm going to come back down here. B minor, C major, E major, E minor, and then the F sharp, minor flat 5, back to G. And we also have this chord. And then just like we had on the other video, if you watched it, this shape here, which is like this. And then we'd have to add, we don't have another finger to add this low tone. Back to C here, which is also our open C, E major, and then we got our E minor here with our root there. Okay, and then you'd have your F sharp half diminished as well. Those are all your chords for G major. Then we say, all right, what about all of the arpeggios? Okay, we go into all of the arpeggios of G major. We have this. course, we could do the F sharp half diminished, but you're never going to play that, and it's just too weird. I don't care. Chords, all of the notes of C major, all of the chords, both open or bar chords, everything you would need on that key. And now we can go into all of the modes. The modes are basically the scales that are inside, right? Like you're still playing G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, but we're going to put the new mode names over that. So you'd have G Ionian, A Dorian, B Phrygian, C Lydian, D Mixolydian, E Aeolian, F sharp Locrian. Just like we did in C major, all of those chords and scales and all that good stuff all happen in G. Nothing has changed. Everything just gets shifted down to a new fret. And same thing that we talked about before in the key of C is if you count up to the 6, C, D, E, F, G, A would be your relative minor, so C major and A minor. And now in the key of G, you count up 6, G, A, B, C, D, E is now your minor. So G and E minor are the same key and they're relative to each other. People will ask, like, well, why is, like, if Dorian and Phrygian are minor modes, why is E the relative minor? It's because it's the natural minor scale. The Phrygian mode, the Locrian mode, the Dorian mode, and all these other like harmonic minors, they're just versions of the minor, the natural minor scale. The natural minor scale in this instance is E minor, and that's how we get the relative minor. So you can jam in G major or E minor, and anytime you hear or see somebody jamming in that key, you'll know exactly what to do because you know all your notes, all your chords, all of your arpeggios, and all of your modes. How do we get to the next key? Well, we know that because it's the circle of fifths, we're going to start at the 1 and we're going to count up 5. G, A, B, C, D. So D is the next key in line. Go right up the circle of fifths. But D has 2 sharps now. Because again, if we just went to D and played the same notes, well, we're just playing a different mode of D. We're not playing the actual D major scale. But how do we know which one to sharpen? Well, it's always the 7th degree. So if we forget about one of those sharps for a second and we just go, okay, well, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, well, C needs to be sharped. But that only gives me 1 sharp. Well, we have to bring along with us the F sharp going forward. That's how we get our 2nd sharp. So what I mean is you start at D, E, F sharp, because you're going in alphabetical order the whole time. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. That's your 2 sharps. And now we can go into the key of D.